Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome to the show. Starting up basically, bit rushing a little bit. I was going to do the test today, test for if we can see if we can bring the, what do you call this, bring some live viewers on the live comments and live conversation on the servers, like Discord server. Use that to bring it all in, but unfortunately I was kind of rushed for time, didn't have enough. That's why I'm just doing this as an emergency right now, and see where we go from there. So I know I'm kind of late. I did say between 7 to 8, possibly even 9. So yeah, time just kind of been against me today. So without further ado, I'll wait for and see if anyone comes along. If you guys do come along, I know I've probably disappointed you a little bit, but if you do come along and you do want to join the conversation, you can actually. But I think today I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for the testing, and then what I'll do in the future, like maybe tomorrow or something. Let's do that tomorrow or something. But right now, let's go straight into where we are. Right, market. Let's go into the market because that's very, very important. What's happening today? Right. So what we've seen. This is a refresh, right? So on the market today, you can see that we went to 2.35, which is awesome to see. Yeah, that's a lot of money that just came in. One thing that's concerning, as usual, I do talk about it. I mean, here we can see the total global volume is really good, 137 billion, which is really, really good. BTC and Ethereum volume is really, really bad. Okay, it's very bad. However, these numbers are okay, kind of stable. So let's see what happens. I mean, we had a great, fantastic, fabulous week close. It was one of the best week closes we can expect, right? Or we can ask for. Where are we? Let's go into BTC, not D. Sorry, my bad. Let's go into BTC and let's go into D. All right. So what we had was one of the best week closures in a sense, right? Because it from where we were. Right, from where we were to where we are now, it's one of the most important data that we could actually have, right? And what we're looking for is, if you look at the HMA, we're so much closer now than we were before, and that's what matters to us, right? So end of the day, sorry, give me a second. Right, end of the day, we are so much more closer, and in fact, we even peaked slightly above this 104 week HMA. Right, whole moving average, and I talked about this, and you can see this was a brilliant week close on the line. Brilliant. This one, if this week we can stay above, that would give us the confirmation that the market's going to go parabolic. The market's going to continue, and we're going to go and test this $58,000 candle. Right, so all of this very important to understand. So guys, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, share with another if you find value, and if you have a coin you want to talk about, drop it in the comment or in the live chat, and I will definitely open it up and talk about it, provided it's on the coin market cap. So I only have one condition: it has to be on the coin market cap. It cannot be a pre-ICO, pre-IDO, whatever, because most of them turn out to be scams, unfortunately. Obviously there are ways of finding it, we'll talk about it on another day, but ultimately if it's here already, we will talk about it. If it's not, then we don't want to go around shilling anything that may cause harm to people. But if you have a favorite coin, list it below and we'll talk about it. Right, let's double check everything. Give me a second. Let me double check the chats because I didn't actually check the chat. Let me just check, see what's going on. All right, I see KR here. Thank you, bro. No worries. No, it's so good. Listen, I didn't have an issue coming on. That wasn't the problem. It's just kind of time, plus the weather has kind of been there, and had a few more chores I had to take care of. But yeah, I mean, look, end of the day, I did promise I'm going to do a late one. I'm going to do a long one, so I gave enough warning. And if you guys want to go around and give me your coins, I'll happily talk about it, because I know I was kind of short for time a few days ago as well, and I couldn't really do a lengthy one, and I think it's due for a lengthy one. So this is why I did promise that I'm going to spend as long as it needs be on it, obviously, but only if you guys are here. If you guys don't want it, then obviously I won't. Algo, LTC and Link, of course, bro, of course. So today is about you. Today is about the viewer. It's not about me. It's not about what I'm going to say. Or anything like that. Obviously I can give a nice little market update and say, look guys, everything's been fantastic. We can talk about BTC and say, look how awesome it looks, right? But of course, bro, of course. So let's go in the list. And I think, bro, you mentioned something about runny nose. Bro, trust me, today's so muggy, and I think I'm being affected by hay fever as well. I've also got a runny nose, but that's about it. It's just like itchy, you know what I mean? But let's talk about algo, right? Let's move into this, right? Let's go into this because today's about you. Today's about the viewer, not about me, right? Algo is gonna do awesome. I do hold algo. In fact, why am I even looking here? Because if I hold it, then it should be here, right? That's the rules. If I don't hold it, it shouldn't be here. If I do hold it, it will be here. So I'll show you if I hold it or not. Algo, there you go. If I hold it, it will be here. If I don't hold it, it will not be here. And you can see this one, I definitely hold it, and you can see what it's doing. It's just on another level. So this is one that I'm still holding, and the best part is, you see this candle here? We just broke above that, which is absolutely awesome. And that means we're not that far from the previous all-time high, right? And when you look at this, you can see one thing. For example, this level here, right? So we're currently here. We've broke this. Brilliant. We've only got to break this level, which is minuscule, and I think we've already tested it, so that's going to be done. These are coins that I don't even look at because they do follow what the market does, right? So the next round is there. Again, not much, and I'm going to put a fib. I'll show you something quite funny with a fib. So, and then obviously there's a little mini level here, and then we've got this previous level that we've been tracking, right? And this is when it gets really awesome, right? What we can do is, and let me bring this here, right, and let me reduce all of this, right? What we can do is, if we just take a fib, just put it on here, for example, today, let's put a fib here, and you put this here, what you realize, right? Look at this, the top of the channel is the 1618, right? This is insane, right? You know, you don't even need to, I mean, I'm just looking at it and looking at this pattern, and I can see it already. And I said, look, if I put a fib on it, look, 1618, that's where we need to go, basically. This is similar to what this is the kind of the same situation as BTC. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen. So far, everything looks awesome from where we are. 1618 is just up around the corner, guys. So yeah, definitely, I wouldn't be, okay, 1 second, I've just noticed something on my Fibonacci. One of my indicator is missing. Two of my indicators were missing. Look at that. These two were switched off. I hate that. Let me save that. Yeah, I'll leave that there, actually. That's fine. So two of my indicators were missing, but look, guys, this is the beautiful thing, right? So we've got the fibs, we've tested this, we've went above, right? We've tested it. We're about to go to the 1272, then the 1.4, and then to the 618. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. It's going to happen, right? Ultimately, everything is looking awesome. It's the market. Look at this. When BTC decided to go and do its double bottom and then convert, you can see everything follows. It is a leader. It is a leader. So that's all been awesome. And then what was the next one you talked about? LTC. You know, I don't hold any LTC, but I'll do it. That's not an issue. I personally don't hold any LTC. I did have a whole ton of them, but I got rid of them time back, so I'm not holding on. And one of those things, like, you know, as a calm investor, what you need to also understand is, if you've missed something and if you've let it go at an early stage or something, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't FUD and jump back in again. Never ever do that, right? It's gone, it's gone. So here you can see this is brilliant, right? When we broke out of this zone, which was fantastic, and everything is the same pattern. If you look at any chart, it's absolutely the same pattern. Okay, so this is insane, right? So this is awesome. Now we've got nothing. So you see, when you look at this and when you look at this, absolutely nothing. So now we're creating brand new supports and resistance. And ultimately, if you can see, if we change the time frame a little bit, you can see that we're building a pattern now, right? We're building this pattern right now. We're building this formula right now, and we're bouncing on this line. Absolutely fine. Even on an hourly, if we look at it, look at this, beautiful. So this is a brand new trend line on a shorter time frame we've created. Of course, it's not 100%. You know, for us, the longer the data, the better it is. But ultimately, this is what the market is doing right now. So this is not just Bitcoin or anything like that. This is the entire market. Any chart you go to, you're going to see the same pattern, the same shape, and it doesn't matter. But we know that when all of this was dumping, all of the focus was on BTC. People were not even thinking about those. And while during that time, I was telling everyone, this is the time you buy. When we were down here, I was telling everyone, this is the time to buy, top up, whatever you want. You got the biggest discount you're ever going to get. BTC flips, everything else flips along with it. Some obviously flipping before, some flipping after, but ultimately this is the trend now. The market sentiment as an indicator. That's why I said use BTC as an indicator. You don't have to be a Bitcoin maxi or anything like that. That's it. I just believe in Bitcoin. No, you don't have to. But you can use that as an indicator. And currently, I've even talked about how I'm using Ethereum as an indicator as well. You know what I mean? So it's one of those kind of things. Sometimes you can use these things as an indicator. For example, I use Solana as a hedge indicator. So I said, well, when BTC does well, Solana doesn't do well, right? So that means when BTC is pumping, Solana stops. Ethereum pumping, Solana stops. When they stop pumping, Solana pumps. And look, it's working. So it's an indicator. You know what I mean? Next one, Link. My God, Link was doing really awesome last night. I was actually watching Link, and I do hold a whole bunch of Link. So if I hold Link, why am I looking there? I should be looking here, right? Let's find some Link for you. Here we go. Because if I hold Link, then I've got it here. If I don't hold it, it's somewhere else. So Link, as you can see again on the daily, look at this, beautiful. We've just beat the Fibonacci 1.272, which is awesome. We're about to go and touch the 1618, and we will do that. But again, look at this pattern. You see this pattern? It's on a repeat. You know, it's like every coin is doing the same pattern, and that's beautiful. That's what we look at, right? So yeah, I mean, if you look at shorter time frame, you can see that we're creating these trend lines, which is absolutely fine. So if I use the short time frame just to get some maths out of this, right, and say, right, okay, on the shorter time frame, what are we doing? What could be the rebound levels? And we can use this data here and say, well, look, we're way far, you know, we're gone past that level. So now what we're seeing is these mini corrections, which is absolutely nothing. These are minuscule, right? Again, it's following the trend, it's following the market. You know, everything is following the market ultimately. So from here, if we were to do some targets, for example, we don't need to go to the previous candle. We can just use this data, right? And if we were to use this, and we can see that, you know, it is targeting a $41, but it's still, obviously, it's not the all-time high. That's a long way away. Right, for Link, it's a long way away, and I have spoken to a few people, and I've said, look, Link is quite some way away from the previous all-time high, and it's not ready. I've mentioned this, and KR, I've mentioned it to you. I said it's not ready. Link is going to be a little while before it goes there. Probably even not this season, maybe even next season. Do you know what I mean? So Link is a long way to go. Sol, right? Let's talk about Sol. So let's move on to Sol now, and Sol, I have my chart here. So let's bring out Sol. All right, so Sol, the other day, I came out of a few coins, and I'm going to show you them just for the sake of this video. I have to show you this. Give me a second. Just want to show you something that you'll probably understand when you look at it, right? When you see it, you'll probably understand, right? Because I personally, I can't remember when it was. Let me see. I might be able to remember when it was. Not here, not here, not here. I think it was here. So I think it was on the 2nd of September, right? So let's use the 2nd of September, right? So let's use this candle from the 2nd of September to here. I believe it was here. So there's a total 46%. That's all we're looking at, 46% on this, right? And one of the coins, for example, I came out of was on the 2nd. So let's find this. Right. So one of the coins that I came out of, we want to see how much it's pumped, right? So we want to be, you know, we want to say, okay, comparatively, I jumped out of one and I jumped into another. As a hedge, just in case something happens. So how many percentage would have that given me? That would have given me 20, and Sol gave me 48. So if you understand how the maths work, right? So sometimes it's worth the gamble, right? Even though I have plenty, I still jumped in because I know that compared to what this is going to do, right? When you look at this, what this is going to do, Solana's already doing something else. And the pattern I noticed was when BTC takes a break, you know, or Ethereum takes a break, it starts pumping. So this is why Solana was a lot more powerful for me. So I'm glad, I'm happy, and this is where it gets insane, right? So my target was originally, you're going to look at this is crazy. I was actually targeting, all right, let me show you this. So my target was around here somewhere, so I was like, okay, if we can hover around here, we're awesome. But again, some of these cryptos, they just surprise you, and this is what Solana's done. Am I really surprised? Absolutely not, because end of the day, check this out. We had our Fibonacci placed here days back, right? We talked about it, and where did we get rejected today? 164, and we were looking at 168. We already talked about it. We're expecting a $200 coin anytime soon, and then possibly more. So obviously once we get to the 1618, then we target the next level, right? So that's the idea. So from here, if we start targeting the next level, then obviously we're looking at this, and now it's giving us bigger numbers like $230. So it's coming, and as I've said, it could even possibly go to $300-400. So that's what I did. I was just weighing myself. I was talking to someone today, actually KR, I think I was talking to you, right? And we were talking about, what was it? We were talking about Cardano and all the FUD and all sorts of other crazy bollocks that's going on. Excuse my French, but that's the truth, right? That was going on about Cardano and this and that. And I mentioned something to you, and I hope this kind of makes sense to you. I said how if Cardano market cap, right? So we're looking at Cardano, where is it? Cardano, currently number 3, right? Currently number 3, but it wasn't a first mover. So you have this as a first mover, for example. This is a first mover, for example. This is, and it's not even a first mover. This is a first mover, for example. This is a first mover. And what I mean by first mover is in its own right, in its own technology or its kind of features. Uniswap, first mover in its own technology, in its own feature, right? Chainlink in its own feature, it's a first mover. Of course, we're going to have many more copycats, but that's a first mover. So when we have these first movers and they start having a certain number of coins and they start doing things and they start creating these highs, right? So we're looking at these highs, right? These all-time highs, right? Everyone kind of focuses their energy on that, and what we seem to be having is a lot of the time people end up becoming, big fans or armies or something like this, right? We call them whatever army, right? So, but the point is they become big fans because they're convicted. Like, look, we bought it at $2 and it's gone to $400. Absolutely. So what I mentioned was very simple. I said, look, Cardano has a fixed supply, which is already out there, of 45 billion coins. If Cardano knocked off a few of these zeros, then what would be the price of this today? So if we're looking at just today or previous all-time high, this would be around the region of about $300 if they reduced a few zeros here. Do you see what I mean? Just a few zeros here, that gives them the zeros here, right? So ultimately, because the supply is so high and it's a $3 coin, and at one point it was sitting at 10 cents, right? Or 3 cents, actually 3 cents it was sitting at. People didn't really value it. It was just another shitcoin. And the same story applies to, like, for example, Tron. Tron was a penny coin. Still is a penny coin, right? It's a few pennies, right? Let's find it. I'll show you this, right? Here, currently 10 cents, right? 10 cents. Not bad, right? 10 cents coming there from a few pennies, right? But ultimately, sometime in the future, this could easily be a dollar coin. You know what I mean? This could easily be a dollar coin. So obviously people who are fans of other protocols are not fans of this. I, for one, I'm not a fan of this. I'm being honest about it and transparent. I'm not a big fan of this. But if this makes me money, I don't see a problem with it. I'm not judgmental. Do you know what I mean? I'm in it for the money. I'm going to make the money and run. Full stop, right? So this is what it is. It's like free money. It's like the banks open the doors for you and says, take whatever you can from my vault, because it's got so much energy coming into this and it's pumping. Make the money, get the hell out. What's wrong with you? So that's what I would do. So of course in the future this could be one of the top 10 coins. This could be worth $1, $2, $3. We don't know. But Cardano has done this, right? But as I said, a lot of the first movers, people who were invested in this from $1 or even less than that, pre-ICO, some of the guys, people who were invested in this from $1, $2, people who were invested in, where was it? Matic, where's Matic? Here, this one from few cents. Do you know what I mean? Of course, when they see this, they become the fan. They become the family. That's it. They believe in this, right? This is it. This has made me money. This is what I believe in. And this is what's happening right now. Cardano's facing a lot of trouble. But one of the worst thing is facing from big boys. And some of these big boys, if you go back in time and look into their YouTube and Twitter and everything, if they have the post there, go and have a look how positive they were. Go and have a look how positive these same guys were. These are the same guys who talked about $100 Cardano. While I've been sitting here and saying, well, no, guys, it's not possible, because if you get $100 Cardano, right, that would make this market cap, this market cap, it would make it 10 times more. And we were talking about this when it was $1. And we're saying, no, guys, calm down. We can't have a $4.5 trillion, $5.5 trillion Cardano. It's not possible, because look how many coins there are. Do you know what I mean? So we were being logical here. And right now I'm being logical as well. I'm saying, well, what if Cardano had only 45 million supply or 450 million supply? If it had only, if 450 million supply, if it had 450 million supply, this Cardano here would be priced at $300. The very same people talking about it right now who are big fans of Solana or big fans of Binance or, not Ethereum, actually, Ethereum doesn't come into the question, but other coins, same people, they would flip and they would say, oh yeah, we're the big bulls here, because they want to pump it even more. Do you see what I mean, right? It's one of those kind of things. It's like where you can plug your energy or get your followers to go and plug their energy for you. That's all it is. But ultimately, listen, I'm sure that every top crypto influencer or whatever you want to call them, right, out there probably has a small stash of everything. Do you know what I mean? A small stash of everything. There's no harm in it. Do you know what I mean? Why you can be this could be your number one, this could be your 99%, right? Which it is. Like for me, it's my 99%, right? But when it comes to other stuff, I give it a chance. There's no harm. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Why should I just stick to one and risk whatever? Or I'm not even risking actually, but the point is like, why should I just stick to one currency and just focus on that and then forget the rest? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Hey, Emmy, I'll check Atom right now. No worries yet. So this is what it is. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So yeah, let's have a look at where are we? Solana. Yeah, scale. So let's have a look at Atom. Atom Cosmos is doing fantastic. Atom is one of those coins that I believe is undervalued. I'll be honest with you. I believe it's undervalued. I believe Atom should have been in the region of couple of $100 right now. That's the honest truth, right? But again, if you look, if you watched it from the beginning, you'll notice I talked about this pattern. It's the same pattern everywhere. It's the exact same pattern everywhere. So the patterns are showing, same things happening. If you look carefully, all right, from where we are right now, let me get rid of this. Right, so we've got two patterns here. We've got one is this. This is a good pattern, so this is what it's doing upwards, which is fine. And then we've got a shorter pattern here, for example, this pattern here, shorter pattern, also looking good as well. So either way, again, remember the entire market is moving right now. Entire market is moving right now. So for Atom to be 100% solid and confirm that it wants to break out, all we actually need is this level here. All right, and this kind of confirms this as well. So this body here, you see. So if we can break above this, we should be okay. Again, it's a matter of a few days, guys. I was talking about this. Remember a few weeks ago, I made a video and I said, look, the bull market's coming to an end. Are you ready? And I mentioned this on my video very recently as well. I said, I'm starting to exit out of all my majority of my altcoins, especially the ones that are liquid in the exchanges. Now, let me explain this to you a little bit more actually in detail. Imagine you have 100 cryptocurrency, and that day comes when we hit the top of the market and we're about to crash. Can you, and I want you to answer this question to yourself, can you go to an exchange and sell all 100 of your coins and get out into liquid cash? Can you? That's all I'm going to ask you. I want you to answer that for me. Right, so this is why for me, when I started noticing this momentum moving back up, I started on my exit strategy. In fact, I've been working on my exit strategy from around here somewhere. So the coins that I was holding way back here, right, some of these shit coins that I was holding way back down here, I started selling them when I started coming here. So for me, it was all about how much more BTC can I get? It's either going to be more BTC or it's either going to be more USDT. If I'm going to go into USDT, I'm going to hold that USDT, not buy anything until a dip. And if I'm going to go into BTC, I don't care where it goes, because ultimately BTC is going to go up. So that's what I've been doing basically. And I've talked about it very recently. I've talked about a few days ago. I talked about it, how I'm cashing out, I'm going into other stuff, and I'm just kind of hedging. Because what it is if I have 10, 15, 20 coins, 25 coins, like even 30 coins, right? For the sake of it, just say I have 50 coins. If I can reduce my portfolio down to 50 coins, and I have my exit strategy and I say, well, I'm going to have a target. I want to sell at, say, for example, this one, for example, I say, I want to sell my Atom at $40. Now, I don't care where it goes, $40, I want to exit a certain percentage of my Atom. I've made my mind up. I've set my trade up. I said, I've put my order in. I said, sell at that price. That's it. So then I can sell all 100 of them on my targets. You see what I mean? All 1,000 of them on my targets. And that's what I'm going to be doing. That's the key. And remember, we've got a social experiment coming very soon as well. I talked about it. We are going to do 1,000 cryptocurrencies live on the show with everybody, and I'll probably even take some of your suggestions and play with it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a full-on live stream of me buying crypto, and so buying it at market at orders, limit orders, and selling them at limit orders. So we'll buy and we'll sell exactly as we plan. I'm going to show you how we enter and how we exit regardless what happens to the market. So we're going to do this, and it's all going to be mathematically done, just so you can get a flavor of what's going on, right? How certain things need to be done if you are going to do it, and then you can take that information, that experience that you're going to see on the videos, and you can actually use it to yourself and hopefully have a good future during the next bull run. So I am going to do this during the bear market, because that's going to be the best time to do it, and it will be insane. It will be insane. I'm telling you guys, it will be insane. So that's what we're going to do. But Atom so far looking awesome. And if we are going to basically check on the fibs and say, right, what's the near term Atom is looking at a $29, $29.5. And if we are looking at slightly longer term, then I wouldn't really go too far. I would stick to this, and I would say around the $30 mark, right? So we've got $29 to $30, pretty reasonable, and that kind of brings us above this. Ultimately, that's the key, right? So whatever the pump we're going to get, we want to go above this. So it's going to happen. And also remember what I talked about, how some of these large caps, right? So money usually filters, so profits from this usually filters into this, and it keeps them going. That's how they work, right? They filter down, because not everybody's got the same budget, or not everybody's trading this with the same strategy. Some people are trading based on the volume, so wherever they see more volume coming in, they just jump into this, make a little bit of money, and go away, right? I mean, you can imagine this, right? Any blind bat could have put money into anything, right? Even like XRP. If someone bought XRP yesterday, he goes up 7%. You know what I mean? Someone bought Solana, look, 20% up, a single day, right? So that's the kind of stuff you can do sometimes, like Chainlink, 8% up. So you see what I mean? Any blind bat right now during the the bull run could make money. It doesn't matter what you pick, but it depends on budget, depends on strategy. They're just going to filter down. It's all going to filter down. It's going to filter down continuously. All right, all the way to the bottom, right? We've got 11,000 what? 11,694 now. So they're not stopping. I'm telling you, there are thousands more. So it's coming. Is there any other coins you guys want? If you do, let me know. If not, then let me move into some of the other stuff that we want to talk about. So market cap, as you can see, we were basically struggling here. We did break past this, which is awesome. Currently where we are, if you look carefully, this is our target, right? So obviously this is the previous high, and remember, that's a wick, so that's the story. That's all it is. It's just for a day. That was the story. The fact is here. The fact is the 2.46, right? 2.46. Currently we're at 2.35. That means we've got approximately $110 billion remaining for us to enter into this particular body zone. And we're not far, right? If we can actually do this anytime soon, right? And also if you look at the momentum is up. So ultimately everything is respecting the charts and the trend. It's going to go up in same pattern, guys, same pattern. Dominance. Now I know some people get concerned when they see dominance and they're like freak out. It's like, oh, dominance has gone down and everything. Guys, dominance doesn't mean anything. Dominance just means basically how much of this money, how much of and all of this money BTC has. That's all it means. That's all it means. BTC could stay here and the market cap could go to say 10 trillion, and BTC dominance could be in the region of about say 10%. But it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? Because that means the other 11,693 are sharing that volume. That's all it means. That whole dominance they're sharing, and that's all it means. It's nothing bearish about it, right? But one thing we do know, we use this as an indicator, and we say whenever this happens, we know altcoins start pumping, right? That's all it is. And this is how we know the altcoins start pumping. So you can see BTC is dumping. So let me show you this carefully. Let me put it on a line chart for you so you'll understand. BTC is dumping. So BTC is down. Other is altcoin is up. You can see, and sometimes you can even mathematically see, it's probably pretty much the equal amount, right? Whatever's up here is going to be whatever's down here. So you see how pattern flows. It's the reverse. That's all it is, nothing else, right? So that's what's going on. Ethereum dominance. I mean, look at this. This is just beautiful, right? And even Ethereum dominance is kind of struggling, right? It's struggling. It's created a few lower lows, right? But ultimately, it is trying this. This is the third time. Look, once, twice, 3 times, right? This is the third time. And I don't think there's going to be a fourth. I think it's just going to break it next time. The moves are going to come in and just going to break it. So ultimately, when it does, then Ethereum starts targeting its previous all-time highs. You know, these previous numbers, right? These previous numbers is going to start targeting those. And remember, at one stage, Ethereum was the dominance was around 30% of the entire market. And it can do this. It can actually do this. This could be 30% again. But remember, actually, back in those days, there wasn't many coins. So obviously, you had the Bitcoin as the largest one, and then Ethereum as the kind of the second largest, but with a lot of things. And so many smart contracts came out since then. So it's a different story. BTC weekly looking awesome. As I said, you know, it was one of the best actions I've ever seen. Really happy with what I saw here. You know, it's just words can't describe how I feel right now. So insane, awesome to see. Now, one other thing that it's given us is this data point here, this specific data point here, right? So we were originally, the other day when we started going down, this kind of shifted to the 17th or 18th. Currently it's come back to the 15th, which is really awesome. That means that we're not that far. Somewhere around next week we could actually see this, and this also brings a lot of other retail investors and a lot of institutions as well, because some people are actually waiting for this, saying, is it going to confirm, or is it going to come here and bounce, right? And what we mean by that, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So are we going to come to this line here, for example, just here, and then bounce down? Are we going to do this, or are we going to actually cross over? So that's the scenario here. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a fun one, I believe, and see what it does, right? But ultimately, look, I mean, yesterday that close was just beautiful. It did get rejected, no problem, but look exactly where the bulls decided to find support and take it. Bang on the line. You don't make this up. This has been there for time, right? This is exactly where we had to break up. That's the proof, because we had the support there, and we're continuing, we're going up. So that's going to be insane. BNB still not doing anything. I was expecting BNB to break out anytime soon. Still hasn't done anything, so I'm a bit worried. Some exchanges actually showed BNB did pump up and break above, but actually it wasn't true. That was kind of misleading. But BNB, look, there's not really anything there. Do you know what I mean? It's just this level here. If you look carefully, this level here was previously a support and currently working as a resistance. That's about it. I honestly don't see any other issues there. So it's a matter of the volume coming in, and volume, as you can see, is very low here. Right, volume has just been dropping off. So again, dropping off volume means we could easily see one of these candles coming in anytime and surprise us. So I'm going to let the market decide right now. I think the whole market is just bullish. Just let the market decide. DOT finally broke out yesterday, and then when it opened up today, it did get rejected. However, it's managed to hold itself, which is really awesome. Also looking at the actual wick on the bottom of this, you can see massive bullish action. So this is really awesome. Let's see where this one particularly goes. Solana we talked about. Solana's just insane. Solana, I'm not going to even bother talking about it anymore. Solana. Solana's going to be killing people. Solana's going to be, you know, killing people because they just didn't jump on it when we've been talking about it for months and months. Solana's on another level. Solana is on a absolute rip, and it's not going to stop. So let's not talk about this. This was what Link, we talked about Link. I was going to bring something else out. Oh, there it is. Not this one, sorry. Hold on, where did I put it? Let's try and find this. Where did I put it? Interesting. You know what? I'll bring it here. That's fine. I'm going to show you something else as well. I know a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people ask me. So I thought I'd bring it up. Let's have a look. Where is it? There it is. Here it is. And I'll show you something insane about this. Insane. So obviously we know it broke this particular trend line. So we had a nice little trend line here. This little trend line here. It broke this trend line. Okay. And it attempted it once before, as you can see here. If you look at the, and this is not accurate, just roughly, right? Attempted it, failed, right? Came back here, broke out, and basically almost smashed it, right? Almost smashed it, got rejected. Yesterday, popped all the way up here, got dumped again, but ultimately it's created a higher low. So this is a low than this basically, and that gives us confirmation that basically it it does want to move up, and this is the new trend line it's actually forming. So as long as it can hold this, it should be awesome. That's what I'm going to say. It should be awesome, awesome, awesome. So guys, do you have any other coins that you want to talk about? If not, then we can move over to other stuff and carry on. So yeah, sorry about the late stream, obviously, because as I said, I was very, very busy, very, very busy, and ended up. Also, I've noticed notifications. I'm not getting notifications and all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, I'm not getting the live chat for some reason. I have no idea why I'm not getting any live chat or anything. But yeah, I mean, if you're still here, then let me know what other coins you want me to talk about. If not, let's move over to some of the other stuff I was doing. What was I doing? This, well, we don't have to see. This was the VPVR. I was showing it to someone else actually, and we did talk about it. This pink line was the breakout point, so it was the distance from here to there, and we smashed through that. We hit the target bang on, so I'm not going to even bother talking about this one. And currently you can see now we've got fresh VPVR coming up. This particular data here, if you look, fresh data, and that is all of this area above here. So the most highest level of what you call this traffic we can see is around the $56,000, and you can see 56 to the 58 is the heaviest. Once we break above this, similar to this, then we have no traffic again. So you can see this is the zone we need to cross over. Ultimately, this peak here, this is where we need to cross over, and that's around the $58,000 mark that we've been talking about. So that's it, guys. I mean, from here to here, we've got a good few thousand of nothing. Literally up to say 54, 55,000, pretty much nothing. So that should be an easy going. And then after that, we've got some traffic. So that's where we need to be worried, right? So it's coming. There's going to be a fight. It's coming. I was looking at the liquidation. Algo I did, bro, but I'll do it for you again, right? Liquidation's looking awesome, awesome, awesome. If you look carefully, today everyone's staying away. Today everybody's staying away, which is exactly what we need to see if we want the market to go up. If we want people to be happy and trade and buy, make more money, we need them to not trade. And this is what's happened here. Awesome to see this. You say algo. We did talk about algo, but I'll talk about algo again, no worries. Because if you go back to the video, you will see that we do have algo already. So I'll just do this. We do have algo already, and we've actually talked about. So I'm just going to give you a brief short one just for the sake of it. But please do go back to the beginning of the video. We did talk about algo. In fact, algo was the first coin we talked about, and we said how we can expect to see. Where is it? Oh, sorry, I didn't give the price, did I? We talked about it, but never give you the price. I see. Now I understand. So you are probably watching it from the beginning. But yeah. So give me a sec. Let's sort this out. Let's sort this all out. So here we are, and here we are. So this is the pattern basically. So I'm not going to repeat the pattern or anything like this, but okay, if you are going to be expecting anything, the level we are expecting is a 1.67. So $1.67 is what we're going to expect. And funnily, this is not far, as I said about, look, it's not far from the previous all-time high. We're not that far. From there, if we were to look for percentage, then this is what we're going to look at. So once we hit that 1.678, right, then we've only got 12% more to do, which is easy. We can do that in a single day. So once we get above those thresholds, we will break out, guys. We will break out. ADA I didn't do, so I'll do ADA. And actually, I talked about ADA as well. So please do, again, listen to ADA, the part about I spoke about ADA in the beginning, but I didn't do a TA, so I'm going to show you the TA right now. But I did talk about ADA already, kind of my views and what I'm thinking and the thoughts, right? How I had a discussion with Chaos. So it's already there. Have a look at that one. But let's go into the chart and have a look at what we're seeing basically. So ADA doing really, really good. Pattern is fantastic. So this is the pattern we're following. This is a longer time trend line. This is a shorter time trend line that we've been forming mostly on the 4 hourly. In fact, if we look at the hourly, then this would be the hourly trend line that we've been forming, and we can actually confirm this by looking at this, right? So you can see this hourly trend line that we've been forming, which is also awesome, right? So just here, adjust it a little bit, doesn't make any difference, but that's what we've been forming. Okay, so everything so far seems to be awesome. I wouldn't have too much worry about this. Only thing I will be looking at is this level here. You know, if I was to worry, if I was to say, okay, I think the market's going to go down, and the only way I'll do this is if I go on a higher time frame and I look at this, and I saw, for example, if I see the RSI up here somewhere, or even the stochastic RSI somewhere, I would be worried. Right now, no. And I talked about it until the 12th. I wouldn't really worry too much about it. Because after the 12th, if the smart contract comes out and Cardano launches the 100 projects that it's been promising, you will probably see 100 new projects on the coin market cap, but Cardano gets a massive booster. Do you know what I mean? Cardano gets a massive booster because of the way they designed it and a few other bits and bobs. And there's a lot of FUD going on. So yeah, that's what's going on so far. Everything's indicating bullish. Do you know what I mean? Yes, the blue line is below, so if you look carefully, you can see stochastic RSI blue line is below. What we need is this blue line to flip over above the red and the red to go below, right? That's what we need, right? So ultimately when this comes in, so right now there's a little bit of a bearish sentiment going on solely because of all the FUD that's going on, but I think people are going to change their minds over the longer time. And as I said, if Cardano had a complete different tokenomics, none of this FUD would even matter. But every success had somebody, you know, has people always trying to gun it down. So people don't want you to be successful, you know, people don't want projects to be successful. And that's why I've said, look, end of the day, I've always believed in it solely because of the fundamentals. And when I'm talking about fundamentals, it's not about the coin. Screw the coin. I'm not talking about the coin. It's the owner's vision. My biggest question was, why did the founders of Ethereum leave? That was all I asked myself. You came together, you created Ethereum, and then you left. Why? That's all I asked. And when I realized the answer for each person, I said, okay, fine, I will support you. That's all I'm doing. I'm not supporting the project. I'm supporting a man's vision. Charles Hoskinson, his vision. You know, when I'm talking about Polkadot, what's his name? Dr. Gavin Wood. I'm supporting his vision. You see what I mean? So I'm supporting the vision, not the coin. Because I believe that they are trying to do something that is unique to Ethereum, which should have been a part of Ethereum. Now does that make sense? So Ethereum has its flaws. Of course, it's a first mover. It has its flaws. Maybe these two, if they were still in Ethereum, then we wouldn't have those flaws, if that makes any sense to you, right? So that's what I'm believing in. And I'm saying, okay, let me see. Let me give them a chance and see what happens. So that's why everything looks awesome. But yeah, it's a matter of time when this blue flips back up again. We just shoot up again. So let's see what happens, because remember, the market cycle is more important. And also, we've still got the 20th of September, so don't forget that. We've still got the 1st of October, so don't forget that. You know, and we've still got this entire bull market to go parabolic soon. Where am I? This is the right one. Let me just check. We've got this entire market needs to go parabolic. Don't forget that. Yeah, let's get rid of this. All right, the entire market has to go parabolic as well. All right, so don't forget this. No worries, bro. Listen, we just want to be logical. You know what I mean? We want to keep calm, be logical. So when we're talking about the entire bull market, remember, we still got to top out at some point. So there's a lot of data for us, right? We've got this area here where we need to break above. If we don't, we might get rejected. We've got this area here, which is very risky. If we don't break above, we might get rejected. And even if we do get rejected, we still have this level as a last support. And if we fall below this level, then we're going to be in an extended bear run. Right, and if we break above, we're going to see power moves. Either way, if we break above this level, then we're going to see a top very soon. You know, so when we see a top, people are going to go insane. People are going to go nuts. They're going to stop thinking. They're going to stop eating. They're going to sell everything, and they're going to go in. And what they should have been doing is doing the very same thing. They should have sold everything, go crazy when it was down here. But no, people were afraid. But a lot of the people on this channel, right, who watch the videos, who follow me on the private groups, and now pretty much everybody's coming to Discord as well, they can confirm that I was telling everybody to buy here. It's on my videos, it's live, and I was telling everybody, look guys, buy here. Be greedy when everybody's fearful. That's when you should be greedy. And that's what we were doing. So because of this difference, we've made that margin. Doesn't matter what coin it was, we've all made that margin. We've all, you know, this dip didn't affect anybody. In fact, KR bought his BTC, his first ever BTC, around this $58,000 level, and KR's in profit. And I think I'm sure if KR's okay for me to say this. KR bought his BTC here. He saw this massive 55% correction, but he's in profit. because he understood that when everybody's fearful, that's when you should be greedy, you know. And because he did that, he kind of rebalanced himself, and now he's in more profit than he was here. So if it makes any sense, and now I'm having to stop him. It's like, dude, calm down, calm down. You don't want to go crazy, right? It's too thing. Zubair, okay, hi Zubair, nice to see you. Let's have a look at AMP. AMP is awesome. AMP is an awesome project. In fact, there's rumors, and I'm going to just call it rumors for now, because I need Amazon to confirm this. So there's a bit of a rumor going on, and there is a bit of a writing as well. So this is one of the reasons why it is fascinating for me to see this, right? Let's find it. Hold on. Let's find. Interesting. Where did it go? Interesting. Okay, I didn't save it. I do have AMP. I actually hold quite a significant amount, but I don't have it in. It's not in an exchange. I'll be honest with you. I've put it into cold storage, and I've put it away. Even when I bought it, I just put it away. I said to everybody, I said, look, I've got a good feeling about this, and I also want to use this for myself. So let's use. Yeah, let's just use this. This is the longest data. Let's just use this. Let's see where this takes us. And I know what's going on. I know why it's doing this. Because it doesn't like this. Right, let's do this. Okay, Poloniacs. Oh my days. Okay, let's find something else. Alright, let's do this. So forget this data. This is more important. This is pretty much when it launched on Coinbase and everything. So let's look at this data. And what you see is, since AMP's inception, you know, it's been impacted by the entire market just like everybody else. But this is what AMP has been doing. Right, since its entire inception, it really hasn't been affected that much, and it's been constantly growing. But one of the things is that AMP may be used. So remember, AMP is a payment platform similar to, say, I'm sure you know of PayPal, you know, Stripe. These are payment systems, right? AMP is a digital version of those, so it does the same thing, a real world use case. So maybe, and like for example, Amazon has its own Amazon Pay, so obviously it doesn't need any services third party like Stripe or PayPal. It has its own payment service. But in order to facilitate crypto for its clients and customers, they might be partnering with AMP and use AMP's protocol. And using AMP's protocol requires you to use AMP, because AMP is the collateral used to make sure that the user's money, say the merchant receives his funds. That's what it is. It's a collateral. It's a community collateral. You've got to put AMP on, lock your AMP, in order to make sure you can facilitate these instant payments, you know, near to instant payments, right? Where, you know, somebody pays with crypto and the merchant receives his funds almost instantly, but he receives it in his native currency. One of the reasons why I'm not actually a big, quite fond of this, right? Because I want my payment in crypto. I'm like, if I'm going to receive it in crypto, I want crypto. I don't want you to give me fiat. But companies like Amazon, or companies, you know, larger companies out there, right, who are in the e-commerce business, right? They want money. They're just in it for the fiat. So of course, AMP makes perfect sense. That's one of the reasons why I locked up my AMPs and I said, I'm not touching it. But we're just going to wait for this news. But also, I just want to give you a heads up. This whole thing is looking more in 2022, which indicates to me they're going to do it. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to do it during the bear market. So right now, again, guys, as usual, every time I say this to everybody and I'm on repeat, like a broken record, right? If you've made significant gains, all you have to do is take your initial investments out. At least that way you know that next round you've got money to invest again, right? This is not a financial advice, but this is what I'm going to say. Of course, if you stayed in it, you're going to make 100x, 200x. But do you know what? Live to fight another day. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't leave all your money there, right? Don't try and catch the market top. You're going to get wrecked. So if you've got a significant amount of gain, take your initial out, you know, start taking your initial out and save yourselves that money. Then use that initial when we have a dip. That's all you have to do. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to make that hard decision. And this is where that 1,000 cryptocurrencies that we're going to buy. We're going to buy 1,000 cryptocurrencies live on the show. This is where that's going to come in. I'm going to show you how, you know, I have zero emotion, pure control, 100% discipline when I'm buying something. I've made my mind up. You know, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. You're going to see it over and over again for 1,000 cryptocurrencies, right? So be ready for that one. When that comes, that one's going to be a storm. I'm telling you, that one's going to be a storm. So, Brother Zubair, if that makes any sense to you, this is what it is. Of course, you probably want to know what's the near term. What can we expect after seeing what we saw today? Well, currently, this is the best we can see. We might end up seeing a 0.07 cents, but I just noticed something else as well, and I think that's a lot more important than anything else. So you see this trend line here, right? This trend line here, bro, this is a very important trend line that we have to break. So from what I can see, we've got this specific trend line to break. Now, this trend line actually is a magic trend line also, so this is going to be something you might like. So if we do break above, right, if we do break above, bro, then our target is not the Fibonacci actually. Our target, so whenever we break out, now whether we break out here or here or in here, it doesn't matter. So I'll just put it on the lowest point here. So if we did break out, and we use this as a breakout point or a breakdown, we can use it as a breakdown, and I can clone this and just do a breakdown. Give me a second. Right, let's just use this. So we're going to clone one of them. So we've got two of them, right? I'm going to take one, I'm going to put it down here, and I'll show you something insane about this. Actually, let's do a difference, right? If we did break out, then the breakout target for us actually is here. This is why it's bugging out. So the breakout target for us would be around here, which would be around 10 cents, which is going to be insane awesome for AMP, right? Because that would technically, I'm not sure about this data. This is, I believe this is before rebranding or whatever, but this kind of takes us back to this level here, and I'll just put another line just to kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. And we just did this here. So this is the body. Look at this. How close is that, right? So it just brings us here, and then we can start looking and saying, okay, if this is the case, and why is this the case? We can start putting this Fibonacci level on this line here and bring it down to the lowest point we had around here and say, well, why is this giving us this confirmation? Why is it showing us this level? In order to clean it up, we can even do this actually. Because what we're doing, we're just using the lowest point. So we're going to use the lowest point here, we're going to use the highest point here, and we're going to get ourselves a nice little target and say, right, what would be the target? So we're following this line here. This is exactly where the 1 point is. And ultimately showing us that if this bull cycle was to complete, and if we were to get this pump, right, number one pump, right, this pump will push us up to around 17 cents. Now, we do know that previously we did have around 12 cents, I believe it was, 11 or 12 cents. That was the peak. Yeah, here you go, high. It says here 12 cents. So from 12 cents to 17 cents is just 5 cents more. It's not really much of a difference, but it is a pump, and it does give you a new all-time high. And ultimately, as you can see, everything is pointing that this breakout is about to happen. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's a longer time data here, but this breakout is coming. It's a matter of time. Also, another thing I've just noticed, and this is funny as well. Watch this. We talk about wedges a lot, and here's a wedge we just see. Look at this, right? I'll just try and do it here. Yeah, there you go. Look at this. Whenever we have a downward sloping wedge, we have a breakout. Matt's Market. Hey, bro. What up? What's up? How you doing? You all right? Thank you. Yeah, so whenever we have a downward sloping wedge, we also see it kind of breaking out. And of course, this is a wedge, but I've just put it on a parallel channel. I mean, if I was to draw the wedge here, we would draw the wedge like this, for example. So we would use this as a wedge. We could also use these bodies as a wedge, and you can see there's a wedge forming here. Whenever we have a wedge, again, it's the same thing. We have a breakout, right, ultimately. So if we are looking at this wedge pattern, for example, we can take this data and also put this around here and say, what if we broke out, what would happen? Again, you see this highs here, because this distance here would be what we would travel if we were to get up. If you have any more coins, guys, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe and smash that like button. And also, if you have any coins you want to talk about, carry on. I'm here. I'm here for you. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So AMP looking solid. All right, bro. Nice. Thank you. I'm new to live streaming. I'll be honest. I used to do loads of pre-recorded videos before, but in order because most of the stuff I do are time sensitive, I had to get this out to the community, because I've got a private community who watch the YouTube videos. A lot of them watch it later and this and that, as well, lazy. But I had to get the information out there because these are all time sensitive. cryptocurrency doesn't wait for you. I can't make something today, record it, edit it, make it all fancy, and then send it out tomorrow. It just doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? And also, the reason I don't have my camera on is because most of the people who actually watch my channel actually know me in person. So, but it's nice to see you here, honestly. I'll go and check you out as well. It's not an issue. But yeah, thumbs up really helps. So, but yeah, if you have a favorite coin, show me your coin and we'll talk about it. Why not? Definitely talk about it. It's all about crypto. It's all about what you like. Pick your coin, let me know. We all have our favorites, you know, end of the day. And there's no harm. There's no harm. Why should we just stick to one? We could have many. We could have them all, right? We've got 11,600 coins to pick from. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm seeing in app, guys. So yeah, looks awesome. Honestly, it looks awesome. So any other coins, let me know. If not, then let's move on to some other stuff we want to talk about. So not this one. Where was I? Here we are. I wanted to talk about this. Very important to talk about. Stock to flow. Right? But what I want to show you more than anything else is actually this particular area here. So look at this green and look at this red. That's all you have to look at. This red. Keep an eye on these reds. Look at this green. And then look at this pattern here, right? What the price has been. And this is the stock to flow model. Right? Stock to flow model. The white line is the stock to flow model. This is how the stock to flow model is predicting what the price should have been today. Right? So for example, today the price according to the stock to flow should have been around 80k. Awesome. But one thing we do notice here as a lovely little pattern whenever we divert from the stock to flow is we see these peaks. So we see these green areas here where we do nothing. You know what I mean? It kind of like, look, it just kind of makes sense. Look, if you follow this section and this, we do nothing. Then we break above the line and then we go parabolic. And the same thing happens. We go parabolic. And then when its theme comes down, it starts coming down. You can see we entered these areas. Market's over. Same again, green area, red. Market does this mini thing here. And it keeps on doing this every single time. So just by following this, where do you see we are right now? So if you look carefully, on this particular level, the reason we know the market's not over as well is because we didn't really have a spike here. We didn't really pump up. We didn't leave this stock to flow. We actually held to the stock to flow model. And we kind of deviated a little bit. And this is what this green is showing to us. And ultimately, definitely, bro, I'll talk about it. And ultimately, we've basically come down here and we're coming back into this zone here. So when we do peak into this higher red zone, that's when we are going back into the stock to flow model. And this is going to give us confirmed the 80k. And then we're just going to shoot up. We're just going to shoot up, you know what I mean? And we know it's all coming because ultimately, remember, we always follow. Not this one. What am I doing here? I always go back here. Why? What did I do with that chart? Interesting. Okay, so somehow I keep on. I think I've deleted that chart. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, there we are. There we are. Let's get this back again. Let's get this back again because we need to see this right. So ultimately, as I said, what we're doing is we're coming back into these zones. Right, we're going to come back and test these zones, right? Because this is going to be our previous all-time high zones, right? So we're going to come into these all-time highs. And what I'm talking about all-time high, I'm not talking about the previous price, guys. I'm talking about the market top. So what we are going to come back to test the market top. But obviously, as I mentioned many times on the previous videos, every single video actually, last couple of weeks now, is this median line is a key level for us to beat. You know, and then the 58k is a key level for us to beat, so we will get there. Brother wants to know about XRP. Let's have a look at XRP. You want to know my thoughts? I'll give you my thoughts. I'm not a big fan. That's the truth. I did hold XRP a lot, but I held it from when it was down somewhere in the bottom, right? So, but let's get XRP anyway, and I'll continue talking to you so you'll understand what's going on. So, I used to be an XRP fan at one stage back in 2016, 2017. Definitely, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate all the support. Honestly, it does help. As I said, I'm very new to this, and most of my stuff is time sensitive. And I actually post a lot of stuff to my Discord as well. So the members, they do go on Discord. Some of the guys actually still on WhatsApp. So I do have a lot of private community that I talk to. And only until recently, as I said, I started doing live streams. But yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, appreciate that, bro. Lots of love, man. I'm telling you, honestly, honestly. Without you, I don't know what you guys, without you guys, honestly, man. So, of course. Yeah, no, no. This is, look, this is, I like this. That's the attitude, Matt. Honestly, this is the attitude, right? We shouldn't focus or, be too much of a maximalist or stick to one coin. There's no harm us looking at other coins. We're open to our opinions. I'm not a fan, but what I'm trying to say is during here, where is it? Let me show you. I can't even show it on this one. Let me see if I can find another one because you're gonna love this, right? What happened and how. So this is the chart I want. Right, you're going to understand everything I'm about to say now, and it's going to make total sense to you. It's going to make absolute sense to you when I talk about this, right? So this is here, 2018. So around 2018, around here, right? Sorry, not 2018. That's my second round. I'm showing you my first round, not here. So around here, basically, look, around here, I bought my first batch of XRP. I bought my first batch of XRP, right? And I held it, and I held it. Around here, when the market dipped, I actually did sell my XRP, but I kept some. So what I did was I took a massive profit around this area here. I can't remember exactly, honestly, on the top of my head, I can't remember. But I sold my whole stack. Now, I'm going to give you something that's going to shock everybody here right now. From 2016 to here, there was only around 8 or 9 top coins that I was holding. They were my favorites. That was it. I'm not one of those. I diversified. I actually started to diversify into other coins to kind of train people, educate people. And most of those coins I was buying was experimental. And that's the same experiment I'm about to start all over again, if that makes any sense. And we are going to do this, right? Because I wanted to prove a point that you could put a small amount of money into something, and over a certain period of time, if the product is good, it will always make you a ton of money. So when I had all these coins around here, I decided to sell majority of my stacks around here and take it back into fiat, right? Because I needed fiat at that time. And the reason I'm showing you this, and I want to show you this. So it was around here. Do you know why I know it was around here? Because that's when I bought my restaurant. So I took a lot of these cash out. I bought a restaurant with it. Do you know what I mean? I bought a restaurant with it. So what's wrong with it? Do you know what I mean? And then it kept on dumping, and around here somewhere, I can't remember where, I remember it was around flatline around here, I can't remember the price, but I picked up some more, and then the remainder of it, so I kind of made it into a round figure. That was it. And then what I did, right, during here, so when we came around here, when we were topping out, I sold all of it. So is there a harm in me doing that? All I've done is made money. I've made money from here to here, and then I've made more money from here to here. And I just got rid of my bag. But the reason I did that is because I believe the market's coming to an end. And as I explained earlier on in the video as well, just today, I mean today's video, if you go back, rewind back, you'll see, I said it, that we're not going to have enough time to sell all 100 coins that we're holding, or all 500 coins that I was holding. So my strategy for me was to, whatever coins I bought around here, I've made massives of gains, and I'd be holding on to any of this stuff. Sorry, the stream kind of bugged out a little bit, but that's what I mean. I mean, why on earth would I actually not take profits? It would be stupid for me not to take this and risk coming back down here somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I took my profits out. But ultimately, is XRP going to do its thing? It is. I've actually, if you go into Twitter, one of my tweets I actually sent today, and I said one of the best thing about any project or any organization is to get free attention, free media. And XRP's got a lot of free media, and that's great news. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So we know that if XRP didn't get all the news and all the FUD around it, XRP would have been lost in the 11,000 coins. It would have been lost. No one would even think about it apart from the XRP army, the people who like XRP, right? Who believe in it, who have conviction, and absolutely fine. Pick your coin. That's what I say. Pick your coin and stick to it, right? So if you have XRP as your coin, carry on. That's not an issue. But I just monetized on it. That's all I did, right? And right now, do I think XRP is going to pump? Of course it would. But would I buy anymore? No. Why wouldn't I, right? That's the key, right? Why the hell would I not buy anymore? I've made myself clear. I will buy and put everything into XRP if the founders decide to burn all of the coins they are holding. Because remember, the founders, they own about 50% or slightly less than 50% of all the XRP out there. That's a risk. Who the hell wants to buy, or, I'm not going to own something that the founder owns 50% of and risk dumping it down. Do you know what I mean? I'm never going to do that. Being honest with you, I will never ever buy something that the founders have 50% control over, because I know they're going to dump their coins, and that's what they've been doing. That's what the SEC is after them for. So that's what I said. I said I will put every single penny that I own into Ripple, XRP, and everything, right? If the founders decide to burn their Ripple, and do you know what? If they do burn it, then forget looking at these levels and expecting to see a $10, $20 Ripple. Guys, I'm expecting a couple of $100 Ripple. Oh wow, we went to school together. What the hell, man? That's insane, right? It's a bloody small world, bro. But honestly, definitely, yeah, I mean, we catch up, have a cup of tea, coffee. I definitely love coffee. But yeah, welcome, no worries. I'm always free. Make sure to contact me. I mean, join the Discord, because that's where I go after the show. So yeah, just go to the Discord, join there, and let me know who you are. Obviously, if you've gone from YouTube, then try and keep the same name as YouTube, then at least that way I can verify who you are, and once we verify, then it unlocks everything for you. So that's how I've kept it, because we know we're going to get a lot of scammers and a lot of riffraffs right coming along. So what I want to do is basically control that, because it's publicly available, anyone can join, right? So what we want to do is control it, who we give what access to. So once we can verify, I just usually put a tag saying verified by myself, right? Once it's verified by admin, you end up getting a boost, and you basically get the better ranks and everything, and you can actually go to different levels and do other things as well. Use the whole Discord, basically. That's what it is. Yes, okay, Matt, this is the key, right? So let's talk about this. This is really, really important. So this is a key we want to talk about. Very important, very, very important to talk about. So all we're going to do here, we're going to blank everything. So let's blank all of this. I don't need this. And actually, this one takes a lot of resources. So let me kill this one, and let me get one more different type of logarithmic. Hold on one second. Let me get this one. So this one's a little more simple. It doesn't take as much resource as the other one does. Let me just show you something, right? And you'll make complete sense to you, right? How these bull markets work, basically. And I've talked about it quite a few times on this video. So most of the people who watch this channel actually know everything about how I work and what my thinking and my logic behind why I think certain things will work. So I'm just going to make this one line blue. Absolutely, no, that's exactly what's happening. This is what I'm trying to say. So it's definitely going to run, and so I've got a few point of views that actually will make sense to you once we talk about it, right? And I'll show you what I mean by that. And I don't know why everything is lagging, but let me just show you this, right? This is going to be, let's do it on a weekly. Right, let's do this on a weekly. I want to show you something so it kind of makes sense to you. And I've got a feeling Matt's market. Matt, by the way, what do you do on your channel? I'm going to check it out later, obviously. But what do you do? Just introduce yourself. What do you do on the channel? On your channel, go and check it out. Not an issue, guys. Make sure to go and support Matt as well. Any YouTuber. Also, do you know what, Matt? I do have a section to promote YouTube videos on my Discord as well. So anybody's welcome to go and advertise whatever they want, self-advertisement, whatever. You're welcome to go and do it. I've got no issues. I'm not one of those selfish guys. I want everybody to grow together, and basically, have a great community. If you can have a good community, why not? And so yeah, that's what it is. So let me just show you this, right? This is important, right? So we're going to go to the entire history, back into history, just to go and see this. Now, there's two facts I want to show you, right? Number one fact, and that's why I drew this blue line, right? Because it's really, really important to show you this aqua blue line. You see, anywhere below this line is cheap. I call it cheap. I say this is very cheap, right? This is the time when we should be accumulating. This is the accumulation phase, right? So remember, this blue line, anywhere below this blue line is accumulation phase. It's cheap. Any BTC around here is cheap. Of course, today is a little bit more higher, but anywhere below this blue line is always a great cheap BTC. And the reason, the logic I use, and I use this particular indicator, and I say, look, use the Bitcoin log chart just to tell me what this is. Awesome, bro. Awesome. That's how it should be. Why should you pick one? Pick everything. You can have your favorite, but pick everything. Talk about everything. Be fair to everyone, because you never know what your audience wants, right? That's the most important thing. Okay, so I'm gonna basically bin everything here, and let's do this, right? Let me just show you this. You're gonna love this one. And Matt, you can probably use this in your channel as well, right? You're welcome to use this. And I'm gonna give you some facts here, right? Number one, this is how we're gonna do facts. We're just gonna use the line chart. So what we've done is we've activated the line chart, which is only the closing candles, nothing else. No wicks, none of that business, no market top wicks or whatever, none of that drama. All right, just straight up facts. So number one fact we want to drop is here. This was the market top. All right, this was the market top, and I'll change the lines colors a little bit so you can understand the difference, right? And this is very important. People need to understand this. This was not a market top. This was a market top. This was a market top. So we know so far we've had 3 actual market tops. This is not a top. I know people like to call it a double top. No, it wasn't a double top. It was a test. We failed. It was a failed rally. That's all it was. Let's be calm about it. Let's not hype it as a double top. We broke above this cheap level. Remember, this was the cheap level. Anywhere below this blue line is a cheap area. This is where Bitcoin is cheap accumulation. Now I want to give you the main fact, right? What I wanted to show you. So you see when we peak up out of this and when we hit the top, so we're looking at this when we break out of this blue line and when we eventually go to the top, how long do we last? That's the key. So we can take a tool, right? And this is on the weekly, and we can take a tool and we can measure this, and we can see here it was only 5 weeks. Absolutely only 5 weeks. That's all we lasted. Ignore this double top because it's not a double top. It was a break. We tested, we failed, we came back down again, we rallied up again, and then we succeeded to break it. So that's what this is, nothing else, just a failed rally. It was not a complete Bitcoin double top. How is it a double top? That would be a double top, not this, right? So I don't know why people like to call it that, but you know what, something else, because we talk about how the bodies are the facts. Everything else is just a story. So let's not focus too much on the story, because we can actually make the story our own and say it how we like. But when we talk about the facts, it's something else. This is the fact. This was the top. This was not the top. This was only on the Fibonacci 6-1 something line. I forgot which one it was. Let me tell you. Fibonacci 60%, I believe it was. So it wasn't even the top of the market. So what are we talking about? Fibonacci is a 1618. That's how we do it. And the top of the line is 1618. That's where we want to go, right? This is only 50% of the Fibonacci, and this was 60% of the Fibonacci. We didn't even go close to the top, so it's not double top. So, and I mentioned how this scenario looks very similar. We'll talk about this as well. Anyway, this here. Now let's go back to the fact. How long did it last? When we broke out of this area and we went here, how long did it last? 6 weeks. So you see what I'm talking about? When we do this power move, 6 weeks, right? And I'll talk a little bit more about this first top, right? I'll talk about this, you'll understand. So same again, this is 2017, right? Right, and if you just want to see for confirmation, right? Let's just do this for confirmation, right? When we broke out of this one, how long did we last? 9 weeks. So this, do you see how this, it will make sense to you? It were 9 weeks, 3 months, or yeah, 9 weeks was what? 2 months, 2 months and 1 week, right? That's what it was. So if you look carefully, these runs, they don't last that long. Been happening here. We didn't top out. This was a failed rally, right? Undecided failed rally. We didn't do the move to the top. We went to close to the 70% mark of the Fibonacci. That was it. But we did not come down, right? And because we got rejected, we came down here. This is fine. But again, and I'm going to talk about third fact here. So we came down and we're testing this level here. Now what we need to do is do this again. And if we do break out, and this is what I'm thinking, right? If we take previous history, just as a example, so we're not using this as a fact, right? We're saying these 9 bars is not the fact, but this is the fact, right? We know it happened, of course it's a fact, and we take this and we say we assume 9 weeks here, and we take an average, and we say 6 weeks here, and we take this and we say 5 weeks here. So we take this data and we say, you know what, we're going to be a little bit more kinder. We're going to say 12 weeks. So if we end up giving it 12 weeks from now, right, very simple, we take it and we say we broke out this week or this coming week, and we give it 12 bars, right? We give it 12 bars. So we're being kind to BTC. We give it 12 bars and we hit this top level, and that means 3 months from now, so October, November, December, so this time December, we give it, we could see a market top of around $85,000, and that's it. We're coming down. We're coming down. Do you know what I mean? So this is it. Now, during this time, the other thing I want to talk about is what happened here as well. Is now we know that since 2017, a lot of institutions, so around here, yeah, sorry, the internet is causing a bit of an issue. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the internet, something else. For some reason, my CPUs keep on peaking out. I have no idea why it's peaking out. It's pretty stupid. But yeah, let's continue. So we have all of these top dogs coming in. Now we know these top dogs came in. Ultimately, if these dogs, these top boys, these top institutions or whatever, entered here and they helped us pump it up to here. Remember, institutions don't care about BTC, right? They don't care how many BTCs there. They don't care how much it's worth. They care about percentage. Institutions work on profit margins of 5, 6, 7, 8% a year. That's what they do. When their yearly report comes, oh, we made 5% and everyone's excited. They go to the stock market and they sell a billion stock and they become a billionaire company. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at Amazon's history, Amazon, when it was basically selling in the stock market, selling shares for $200 million or $300 million, the profit was only like $10 million. You know what I mean? So it's 10 times more it was selling its stocks for. This is what's going on. So ultimately, the boys here, the institutions, all they want is to make a few percentage, and if they made that, they got to cash out, and this is what it is. Also, they've noticed, and this is one of the facts, right? So they noticed how not this one here, they noticed how some of these people around here, so you see these areas here, they've noticed how the bulls were basically over leveraged, right? No worries, bro. Matt, definitely catch you. I'll catch you on what do you call this, bro? I'll catch you in the Discord if you're there, and we can probably even do a collab sometime as well, bro. I'm open to it as well. Actually, today I was going to do my first ever test collab with somebody else, but he didn't show up. Plus, I was late. I was out with the family, so I came in and I just done this late one. Normally, I don't do a late one. My streams are usually about 6 hours prior to now, so usually around 4 p.m.ish UK time. That's when I usually do 3 p.m. UK time. But today I did a late one. Mondays I'm going to start doing late ones. I think it's going to be a lot better, so we can get a lot more information in and do a nice little long one as well. Like a little party. We gather and we just do whatever we need to. So that would be really, really nice. But yeah, take care, bro. I'll definitely come and check your channel. Expect to see me. You probably won't see me subscribing because my subscription is kind of private, but definitely I'll be there. But I'm just one of those. I support everybody, even live on the videos as well. If I see someone, I subscribe back to them as well. I just want to support everyone, man. I'm just out there for people. This is not about me. It's about you guys. But yeah, definitely catch you later, bro. So yeah, if you look here, you can see how the market was over leveraged. Now, when the market is over leveraged, right, what you have is the institutions realize this and they're like, well, we've already made this much percentage. Why don't we just monetize on them? So all they had to do is cash out big amount here and cause a cascading effect where the market keeps on coming down. And then the very same people said, okay, we don't want it to go any lower because if it does, there's going to be a problem. Bought it back up again. Do you know what I mean? I can't see your link here, bro. Send it to Discord. I'll definitely see it there. But it doesn't matter. I can actually click your name and go to your channel, so don't worry too much about it. I'm definitely going to go there. Opinion on XRP. 0 DNB. Bro, honestly, we were just talking about XRP. So if you rewind back just a little, maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes, you can actually hear about XRP. What my views are, what I believe it's going to do, and what I think it should be doing. If certain things happen in the coin, if certain fundamentals and facts about the coin and the founders change, how I think XRP could be worth $300-400. So just go back a few more minutes, you definitely hear it better. I don't really want to repeat myself, bro. I hope this makes any sense. But if you have another coin you want to talk about that I haven't already talked about, let me know. Because so far, I believe I have, and I'll give you a list of the coins I have already mentioned, because this one's about you guys. Show me your coin, I'll talk about it. I've already talked about Algo, LTC, Link, Solana, Atom, ADA, AMP, yeah, and XRP. So I've done quite a few of them. So definitely let me know if you have another coin, a second coin or something that you want to talk about. I'll definitely talk about that one. So yeah, just to finish this off, so you can see that what we can expect, right? So this is what we're seeing, and we're just waiting. We need to break this level. This is a very important level for us. But so far, as I said, look, the one thing that's going to be kind of right now that the only barrier we have is the 2-year moving average, right? The 2-year moving average, which is the 104 HMA, and you can see that's what the barrier is. This is now our current resistance line that we need to break, you know. So yeah, last night, as you can see, look, last night we broke it, which was insane. It was awesome. I really loved it. Phantom. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's awesome, guys. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's all happening. It's all happening. I'm telling you, it's all happening, and it's all happening faster than you can think. Trust me. You know, this is BTC. Look at this, BTC exchange reserve. Look at this. I mean, just look how beautiful this exchange reserve is. BTC price going up, exchange losing the actual BTC in them. People are taking their BTC out, so BTC is now coming down while the while the price is going up. I mean, that's something insane. That's beautiful to look at. That is beautiful to look at, and you can see the lowest we had was around here, and we're coming back to these levels. We might even get it. We might even have that point. Right? When do we know that, say for example, the market's going to start moving back up? When these start flipping back up. So a few days ago, if you remember, I did talk about it and we tracked it on those videos. We said, look, spiked up, I'm expecting a dump. We had a dump, and then he said, look, starting to go back down. Now it looks awesome. So this is what we want to see. When it goes down, we want to see this complete reversal here. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're seeing. So it's been awesome. Ethereum, I've just realized something. Let me explain why it's not 100%. You see, Ethereum on chain is counting every single Ethereum that is leaving the exchange, also every single Ethereum that is being destroyed, the burns. So they actually both kind of interact with each other. So because of that, this data can't be shown properly. The only way we can see this is if we have a separate data for what Ethereum is moving and what Ethereum is being destroyed, and how the volume or the supply in the exchanges are reducing. If we can use that, because some exchanges like Binance, they have massive billions of dollars worth of volume per day, so they're burning a lot of Ethereum. So you've got to be really, really careful how we take this. That's why I just wanted to clear this, right? Let's look at Coin 360 and see what Coin 360 is showing us. So we're looking at the 200 top losers. I'm a bit disappointed Luna came down, but Luna did pump hard. So you know what, a little bit disappointed, but still higher than where we were before. Nothing to worry too much about. Top 200 gainers. Look at this. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All of this is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. There's nothing else to say. You know, absolutely beautiful when you look at all of this, right? Because what we're looking at here, we're tracking the amount of money flowing into them. So we can see money's flowing to this, money's flowing into this. So it's green because the money, the volume is flowing into this, also the percentage. So we're taking both things into account and we're doing this, right? Okay, this look, I'm just going to leave this. I'm just going to leave this. I'm not going to even mention saying anything. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What kind of a scam is this? Look at this. How can you have something like this worth 204 million? What the hell? Ethereum 3.9, so it's 3,900. What kind of a scam is this? CAR. What is this? What is this? What is car block? What is car block? What the hell is this? What kind of a scam is this, guys? This is live. I'm telling you, this is what kind of a scam is this? I'm telling you, this is a scam, guys. Be careful. I'm telling you right now, this has to be a scam. This is definitely a scam. I mean, if someone's provided liquidity, great, but this doesn't make any sense. There's no circulating supply. We don't know how many's been done. Probably just launched. Maximum supply is this, and if each coin is going to be worth this, then this is going to be worth more than 2 trillion itself. What the hell is going on? If one coin is worth 204 million, then when you multiply it with this, that's going to be worth more than 1 trillion. What the 2 trillion? What the hell is going on here? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. I'm telling you, this is Kalata is a new one that's been trending quite a bit. Biggest gainers, we got Shared State, Cosmo Coin. You know what? It must be a scam because someone's clearly knows that Atom should be priced, so they're just using this because remember Atom's original name is Cosmo. So I'll be really, really careful about those stuff, right, guys? And that's why I just keep it locked away. I don't really look at this stuff, but we've got it near the end of the year. Whatever we do, when we go here, is this going to be absolute? No, we can go up a little bit more, but this is a lovely little resistance that we have to break above before we go anywhere. So let's have a look at this. But yeah, one other thing I wanted to say, guys, look, Even if we come down and we come down here, so people who entered in 2020, we're still high up. So this is what one of the most important thing is. Over time, if you just follow this in this particular manner, what you realize is over time, every low that we're going to have, right? So this is not related to people who entered around these prices. This is for people who entered last year, for example, or the year before. So this is a 1 year hold period, basically, minimum at least, right? And what you notice is when we come down, it's always going to be a higher low than where we were here. And because of that, I've actually stated, and I've mentioned this on another video as well, that for me, I don't see Bitcoin ever having a bear run. Of course, a bear market is when it's a little bit down, so it's a technical term we can use, but ultimately Bitcoin's bullish, right? Over time, the supply is reduced, the demand is high and gets higher. In fact, I think tomorrow El Salvador is about to officially make Bitcoin the legal tender of the country. That's happening tomorrow, by the way. So that's great news, you know what I mean? That's an official Bitcoin being a legal tender officially. So not an announcement, this is a fact now. It's going to happen tomorrow, El Salvador. So, but yeah, I mean, you can see this, right? So we talk about, how you have these, I'm not going to talk about lengthening cycle, but I am going to talk about diminishing returns, right? And what we mean about that is how much percentage you get. So, when we were going up here, we were doing thousands of percent. But that was easy to do because Bitcoin was pennies, cents, a few cents, and then we went to $100, from a few $100s to a few $1,000s. Easy, that was fine. Now it gets tougher. Now we go from, say for example, currently we're at $50,000, right? $52,000, right? It's going to get tough for us to get to, say, 100K, maybe even 150K. It's going to be tough. So when you look at the percentage, you can see we're not doing thousands of percents anymore. That's what it is, but the gains are bigger. So when we were doing a few cents to a few hundred, it looked big percentage-wise, but obviously the value was, it wasn't really that much. But now you're talking a coin that can double from 50K to another 50K. I mean, what kind of an asset does that? I mean, show me something like that on anywhere in this on this planet, stock market, houses, anywhere. What kind of an asset has the potential to go from 52K to 102, 104K? Do you know what I mean? It's just impossible, right? So that's what I want to say, guys. Just think about it. So this is what you have to understand. Ultimately, anybody who buys a BTC today for next 5 years, you bought it cheap. Ultimately, you bought it cheap. So that's what I'm saying. No financial advice. Obviously, you do your own research. All my legal disclaimers actually below in the description. Also, the Discord server's there. Go check it out. It's a growing community. It's all new, and as I said, soon I'm going to start opening up calling in, so you can call in to the show. So I just need to figure out how to do it, and I will do some testing and whatnot. And I'm telling you, it's coming, guys. It's coming, definitely coming. And yeah. So guys, other than that, if you don't have any more coins that you want me to talk about, and let me just check the chat again. Give me a second. Because I don't know why this internet's bugging out. This is what I never understood. Why does this internet keep on bugging? It's not the internet, it's even the software I'm using. All of a sudden just spikes up to about 30 or 40 what do you call this, 30, 40 CPU. I just don't understand it. But anyway, look, if you guys enjoyed this, I just want to thank everybody for joining and coming to the live stream. However big, however small, it doesn't matter to me. Even one person watching this on a live or even later does matter. Trust me, it does matter. For me, that's enough. If I could change one person's life and get them to understand crypto and trust crypto for what it is and ignore the noise and see things clearly, that's it. I've done my job. I've done my job, guys. It's not about having thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watching my show. It's not about that. We're going to get there, but I'm not ready for it. When we are, we are. When it's time, it's time. But right now, it's all about changing that one person's life. That's what I'm going to say. And yeah, stay awesome, guys. Stay awesome. All right. Remember, there's a lot of noise out there. But whatever your coin is, pick it, hold on to it, and keep it. That's it. So, other than that, guys, I'm not going to make this any longer. I hope this was great. I hope everybody found information in this. I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, smash that like button, very important. And what I'm going to do is I was supposed to add my intro in the beginning, but what I'll do is I'll add my intro at the end and I'll exit. How about that, right? So thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow during the daytime stream, the usual stream that we do around 2:30 to 3 p.m. UK time. Definitely catch you there, and we can talk about it a little bit more. And yeah, that's about it. Adios, my amigos.